What's up, everybody? I'm Scott Koral. He is Kevin Kaduk, and we're here with Midway Minute's breakdown of the Bears' victory over the Panthers, 23-16. Kevin, the Bears are 5-1 on the season and now have an 85% chance at making the playoffs. We have not seen this for a very long time in Chicago.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was the kind of win that I think we envisioned the 2020 Chicago Bears were going to have with this set of quarterbacks and this defense. Wasn't pretty. That offense did not look great. I still don't really understand why all the pieces aren't adding up. But the defense was just a vintage Bears defense performance. 3 turnovers. You got the revenge against Teddy Bridgewater from last year. So take the W and move on.
That defense is for real. You mentioned the 3 turnovers, 4 sacks. They only allowed 303 offensive yards. In the red zone, they allowed 1 for 3 trips to end in a touchdown. We're talking about a team that, if you come to Chicago, you're going to have your hands full.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to start off by handing out the first grade to Roquan Smith for that performance on that last big Panthers possession. The Panthers had one more, and Bears got the interception, but Roquan, 2 big plays on 2nd and 3rd down, and really changed the course of the game, really locked it up, and he's been fantastic all year.
He absolutely has. I think on the other end of that, though, Danny Trevathan doesn't just look a step slow. He looks 2 steps slow. And that could end up being a problem. And I think that's one of the reasons why Deion Bush's injury may loom larger than people think. Any other grades? How about we can go with the defense. I mean, that defense was just excellent. As a whole.
The one that I want to know from you is Jaylen Johnson, because he was out there, and obviously there was a matchup problem with DJ Moore. DJ Moore got him a couple times. The refs got him on that touchdown. I mean, the way the Panthers scored a touchdown was when the refs gave him the ball at the 1-yard line. I thought Matt Nagy should have challenged it at that point, but he didn't. But how did you think Jaylen Johnson did? Because he's been strong all year, especially for a rookie. But what did you think today?
I think if you take it overall, just everything in itself, I think you got to give him a D. And it's not because he was that god awful. It's not really that. But he got flagged, and he got caught on a couple times. It's just one of those things where I'd rather he have a bad game now here in week 6 than in week 16, 17, the playoffs. Get it out of the way right now, because you guys are coming up against the Saints pretty soon and a whole bunch of other teams, Green Bay twice, Minnesota twice. Now get your bad games out.
I'm not worried about the Vikings after today, Scott. But
Look, hey, I got to mention them. No matter what, they still have a decent offense with Thielen and Justin Jefferson. I like the way that their offense generally runs. Just Kirk Cousins is just terrible.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Bears offense. Obviously, a lot of problems there. They had to have the short field to finally get Cole Kmet a touchdown, which paid off for me, 22-1. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I guess I probably should have put that in Midway Minute newsletter. I didn't feel that great about it. I've been betting it all year kind of under the table, but it finally paid off. Anyhow, but apart from that touchdown, I mean, that was a great Cole Kmet touchdown. I really kind of felt like it was coming after what Matt Nagy said about him during the week. But the rest of the way, there's guys and they do things, and Montgomery is good, and Allen Robinson is good, and the stuff is there. It's just not all adding up.
No, I mean, when you look at it, they only gained 261 yards on overall, 63 yards on the ground. That was coming against the 7th worst defense coming into this game in terms of yards allowed. Now, granted, they didn't give up a sack. So, I mean, in that case, you did well. But that left side of the offensive line is an absolute disaster. Charles Leno was bad. Rashad Coward was worse. If you're not going to stick with Alex Bars, then you need to find some guard that can get up in there and actually block. Because right now, that's bad. So, Ryan Pace, don't pick a quarterback. Don't pick an offensive lineman. Other than that, go ahead. Do your thing.
So what do you do? Give him a C?
I don't know.
A C? I don't know.
I was actually thinking the big fat one.
Wow. See, I always have a problem throwing out an F and a win. I mean, they still went on the road. They still put up 23 points. They did what they needed to do. Nick Foles got the points when he needed them. So to me, it wasn't completely terrible. But I'm just looking at this team right now, and sure, they're 5-1. But I think we kind of know where it's going. It's like they're going to get into the playoffs, and then it's going to come time to score points against a good team, and they're kind of going to fall flat. And they go up against the Packers. Obviously, the Packers' offense right now is rolling. You think that Nick Foles and that offense can go toe-to-toe? Like, no. So I think we have one half of a very good football team. And I don't think that's news to anyone. But even at 5-1, it's a little too hard to get the parade rolling.
No, I mean, the defense is carrying this team. And much like 85, I thought about this last night. There was some quarterback last night in college football that asked to his own team, "What the F are we doing?" and I was like, you know what? That's kind of like the Bears right now. Dan Hampton said to the 85 Bears offense, "Guys, all we need you to do is not screw it up. If you don't screw it up, we'll win this for you. Just don't screw it up." And right now, that's the 2020 Chicago Bears. Offense, don't screw it up.
Look, in Chicago, we will take that. That's a lot of fun to watch. It's what we like. But at the same time, the Bears really had a lot of opportunities to put that game away. And I think a really good to great team puts this team away a lot earlier. I don't think it should have even been that close. But at the same time, they went on the road. They moved to 5-1. They're moving on to next week. So I guess we'll see. Scott, I do have a question for you. You have a new angle today, and you have a Milwaukee Bucks picture behind us. So you had the Colts jersey on 2 weeks ago. Now you have. Did you lose like a Bucks bet? I don't. What happened?
No. I actually live in South suburban Milwaukee. Grew up in Chicago, so like West Rogers Park. It's just one of those things where I was the season ticket holder for the Bucks for a few seasons, and I like Giannis. I hope he comes to the Bulls.
If you need any Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman paraphernalia, I am more than happy to send it your way. So
absolutely, come bring it on.
Okay, all right. Anyway, thanks to everyone for joining us on Midway Minute. There'll be a bigger breakdown in tomorrow's newsletter. Subscribe at midwayminute.win. And if you're enjoying these videos, we've been doing these for 6 weeks right now. Scott and I are having a lot of fun. If you like them, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you next week for the Week 7 breakdown.